We are live with Lunch Break Live. We have Meredith Marin in the kitchen. What are you making today?
Vegan Caesar salad.
Yummy. The vegan hospitality gal. Take it away. Show us how you go about it. All
right. I'm super excited to share this recipe. I originally created this for a restaurant in Aruba. So we are going to chop the lettuce. I'm sure you know that's the first step in making a salad. Now I just want to share a little quick knife skills tip. Make sure you have your thumb up on the blade so that you don't get hurt, and make sure you're kind of pinching it with the other finger. And now we're going to chop.
So. Love it. Love it. Lunch Break Live right here, coming to you live. All right. Wow. What a great tip on that.
Yeah. So I've already done the dirty work for you and chopped the lettuce and rinsed it, so you don't have to watch me run over to the sink. But when you make this at home, make sure you chop and rinse your lettuce. The next thing we're going to do is make the croutons. Now you can choose any kind of bread you like for the croutons. Obviously it has to be vegan. I love sourdough bread for this recipe. So I've got this sourdough from Whole Foods. Most sourdough bread is vegan by default, but of course check your ingredients. So what we're gonna do is I'll show you two ways to do it. You can tear the bread up the simple way, throw it in a bowl, just tear it up. Or you can do it the fancy way, which is grab a bread knife and chop it up into squares. You want to chop it up, and careful with your fingers. You want to chop about 9 to 10 pieces that look like the size of this. Now, after you chop it up, I'll just tear it up for you so you can see what it looks like to tear. We want to coat it with our crouton ingredients. Now, we are going to first drizzle it with olive oil to get a nice thick olive oil coating before we put some of the seasonings on it. This is going to be kind of like a cheesy crouton. So here we go. Generous drizzle. Don't you love the recipes where you don't need to actually measure anything? So we'll measure the dressing, but this one, super simple. You're just going to generously drizzle the olive oil.
Love it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh. So this is a crispy chopped romaine vegan Caesar salad, y'all.
Exactly. And the restaurant I consulted for, we actually did a grilled Caesar salad. So we just chopped the heart in half, stuck it on the grill for 5 seconds, and you don't even have to chop it. So if you have a grill at home, that's a really fun way to prepare it. So I'm just going to toss this in the olive oil, and then I'll show you what I'm going to put on it. Make sure it's really coated. So let me show you what it looks like. You really want that bread coated because you want all the nutritional yeast we're about to put on it to stick so that it can be really cheesy. So we just need to sprinkle. That's it. We don't need to measure. We're just going to sprinkle the sea salt generously. We want these to be really savory and have a nice taste. This is garlic powder. And finally, the last ingredient for the croutons is, I already told you, nutritional yeast. So we want to give a really generous drizzle of this. Now watch what I'm going to do. We've got more than you think you need. And toss it up with a spoon. Here's what it looks like before you cook it. So there are 3 ways you can make these croutons. The way I made it is I put it in the air fryer for 4 minutes. That's the quickest way. Another way, if you don't have an air fryer, is just to bake it in your oven. You can bake it at 400, and we'll put all the notes in the recipe. That's going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes. And if you're also short on time, but you don't have an air fryer, what you can do is just take a pan, make it real hot, and just saute it in the pan until it gets crispy and brown on all sides. So I've done this for you so you don't have to listen to the sound of my air fryer. And this is what they look like when they're really crispy. You can hear the crisp to them. Homemade croutons. Homemade croutons was something before I started making them myself. I thought it was going to be difficult for some reason. I was like, you just got to buy those croutons from a box. But actually, they're really easy and so much better, more delicious when you make them yourself. So are you ready to make the dressing?
Yes, let's make the dressing. I'm so excited. And Meredith is the founder and CEO of Vegan Hospitality, you all, the industry leader for vegan-friendly hospitality consulting, coaching, and certification worldwide. She supports vegans on tourism consulting as well. Oh my gosh, she began in the Caribbean, Caribbean and has recognized Aruba. Oh my, Aruba was recognized as the most vegan-friendly island in the Caribbean in 2019. Your expertise is just so sought out. Okay, I'm going to get back to the dressing, but wow, what credibility and amazing. I'm so excited you're here. Take it away.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to make dressing. So I feel like if you're vegan and you're watching this, you've probably made a cashew-based dressing or sauce before. But this is the most shocking thing that when I go to restaurants and teach chefs how to make vegan food, they're blown away that you can blend cashews in a blender with water and some seasoning and make something out of it. Like traditional chefs have no idea how to do this. So this is super exciting. You already have this expertise of your own as a vegan. So we're going to start with a half a cup of raw cashews. A lot of recipes will say to soak the cashews. I actually don't soak mine. You don't actually have to. It's better for digestion, but if you're short on time, you don't have to soak them. So half cup raw cashews, then we'll put a half a cup of water. I'm going to do that after I add all the other ingredients. Next, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of olive oil, extra virgin. So let's do that. I have this funky tablespoon that's not in a circle. So that's 1, 2. Then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I have this organic one from Whole Foods. Right. Let me point this down so you can see what I'm doing.
I just wanted you to know there have been requests for the blender dance. You think that's possible today?
I was already planning on doing it before you even invited me into it. So okay. Garlic powder. So we just need a half teaspoon of garlic powder. If you like to just improvise like me, we're just going to give a little shake. 2 teaspoons of tamari. So you can also use soy sauce, but tamari is gluten-free, although you would need to use gluten-free croutons to make this recipe completely gluten-free, which of course you can do. So there's 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. And then finally, the secret ingredient, or the ingredient that really gives it its flavor, is the caper juice. We're going to do 3 teaspoons of caper juice. Now, you can actually use the whole caper in this recipe if you want to. Because I made this for a restaurant, we like to keep the sauce just really clean in the sense that it has to be smooth and it has to look a nice color. I did drop 1 caper by accident, so we're going to add that in there. But if you're making this at home, you're welcome to actually put the whole capers in there. It'll give it a nice extra flavor. So I moved my blender over here close to us, but I was going to fill this with water. So what I'm going to do is fill this up with a half a cup, which is just about to cover the line of cashew. So I'll go right here to my fridge. We'll fill this up with water.
Woo! If you're just joining us, we are live on JaneUnchained.com, Jane Unchained on Facebook land. Head over for this printable recipe and thousands of others. Are you ready to get up and get moving? Get your blender dance on, you all. Come on, let's go.
Here we go. I'm going to point this at my chair. So we always do the blender dance because I have a 5-year-old daughter, and when she was a baby, we had to do something to make sure she wasn't scared of the blender. It goes off in our house all the time. So to this day, we always do the blender dance when it's on. And it's always the cheesiest dance you can think of, right? So here we go.
Let's go, everybody.
And that's it.
Woohoo!
All right, so it's pretty quick. It's about 30 seconds, I think. Nice and smooth. I'll open it up so you can see. And then we'll assemble our salad. As you can see, there you go. So there's your dressing. I actually put a little too much water, so it's a little thin. So you can wing it like me, or you can measure it and make sure you get it right. So we will start with assembling the salad. So here's the lettuce. This is also a salad that's nice to just do in a big mixing bowl if you're like me and want to eat more than just this portion, because it's so, so good. So we can add the croutons. We'll just dump them all. I'm using this Follow Your Heart Parmesan, but you can use any vegan Parmesan you like or make your own. Looks like this. And something else really fun about the salad, you can also dress it up with other things. If you want to add more nutrients, something more filling, you could add chickpeas to it, you could add avocado to it, tomatoes, sometimes I add sunflower seeds, really anything you want. It's a really versatile salad. I'm gonna pour some dressing.
You know what I had recently was a delicious with pepitas. You know,
Yes, that would be so
pumpkin
good with this.
seeds.
And finally, I'm going to put some fresh cracked pepper on it, because at any Italian restaurant, that's what you do. I'm not Italian, but my husband has Italian roots.
Love it.
Here we go. And this is actually, like I said, on the menu at Faro Blanco in Aruba. But
Wow.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, everybody. Did you catch this? Wow. That was so simple, so easy. You can make it yourself at home. You're going to get this printable recipe. Oh my gosh. Now, how did you get into hospitality, if you will? Take it away.
Well, I was just a customer starting out. I moved to Aruba, which is where my husband is from, and I was eating out all the time, but not finding anything good to eat. I was getting that same pasta primavera that everyone knows about at every restaurant I went to, and I needed something more filling and something more creative. So I started to create relationships with the chefs, call them before I got there, explain to them how to cook some interesting vegan food. And to make the long story short, it ended in me creating my own consulting business and consulting for a few years on the island. I worked with many restaurants on the island, many hotels. Aruba was named by Happy Cow the most vegan-friendly island in the Caribbean in 2019. And then I started a business to help vegans all over the world do this kind of work in their communities too.
Amazing, 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 amazing. Oh my gosh, will you show us the salad one more time? And we're going to take it.
I'm gonna eat it when we hang up.
You can find Meredith all over social media. Y'all, tell us where people can find you. We want to put it in the chat as well.
Great. You can find me at Meredith Marin on Instagram, at vegan.hospitality on Instagram. And if you're going to Aruba, you can find Vegan Aruba at Vegan Aruba on Instagram. And if you're interested in the consultant training program to become a consultant in your community, just go to veganhospitality.com and you can request a brochure and application.
Oh my gosh. Did everybody catch that? Okay, one more shot of the salad as we head out. Thank you for your time today, everybody. Thanks for watching here on Lunch Break Live. We'll catch you next time. Again, Meredith, who is the Vegan Hospitality Queen. Thanks again.